Cute.
Go live. All right, baby, we're live.
I forgot how to play that.
The Living Zeal riff.
Gotta have the quintessential intro.
Absolutely.
Since there's no one here yet, I'm gonna talk about that a little bit. That riff was just part of a song that I wrote right when we started Living Zeal up. So I just loved that little riff, and it kind of just became the Living Zeal riff.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, I got a new pen, guys. Got to give a quick shout out to Life in a Bus, a brand new channel to YouTube. They just started their conversion, and they are awesome.
Yeah, we'll show you their.
Definitely check them out. If you like Living Zeal, you'll definitely like them, and they only have a few hundred subscribers, so be the first to go over and subscribe
to them, for sure.
So anyway, we came up with a few questions, and last night we posted "Here Comes a Cat." Okay.
All right.
So this is what we normally would cut out.
Okay.
So last night's video.
Yeah, we're gonna just kind of start out going over last night's video, and then any questions that you guys have. I literally don't know how this works. Kina, you can't walk on this.
You got it right there.
Got it. So I think people can type in questions on the side, but we'll just see. If not, we'll just go over some of the questions.
Oh,
Kina, you can't walk on this.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey. What's up, Michael? Hello.
Oh, cool.
Nice. Well, last night's video was about how we parked outside of that cantankerous old man's house, and he called the cops and yelled at us. So there's a few people, there's a few people who I guess were wondering why we even went back over there, because we knew it was like a bad place to be. But I don't know if they watched the whole video, because we had to go over there, and we have to always go over there because her mom lives there.
Yeah. We're no longer going to go over there in the bus. Hi, Vampy. I don't know if that's how you pronounce that. But yeah, we have to go over there because my mom lives there, but we decided after this last incident that we actually got a $150 ticket. We're not going to go over there anymore.
No.
But yeah, that's why we kept going back. Why were we doing laundry there? We were doing laundry because we haven't done laundry in like 3 weeks. It's my mom's house. She loves to be like the hub where we can go over and do laundry and fill water and just hang out and chat with her. So
exactly. So
okay,
that's why we're over there.
I did pronounce it correctly. Cool.
Okay, cool. So if you guys have any questions, honestly, we really want to dive in and answer some, answer any questions you guys might have about our adventure, about, what it's like traveling in a bus. We love you too. You guys are awesome.
Oh, you guys are so awesome.
But I guess we'll just go over some of the biggest questions that we get just right off the bat. The biggest question we used to get was the bathroom situation. And I guess when it comes down to it, when we're traveling, we go to the bathroom the same place that you guys would go to the bathroom. If people traveling in a car, we usually just pull over and go to the bathroom. If not, then, pee in the woods or in a jug or something. I mean, it's really not that difficult.
We just make it happen outside. It's no big deal. Honestly, that is my preferred method. If we're somewhere like where we're parked right now, we're parked on someone's piece of property in Fort Collins, because we have to be here to plan for the rest of the wedding over the next week and a half. We pee in our little pee vessel, and then we poo in a bag, and then we take it to Fort Collins waste area and plop.
That's the cold, hard, disgusting truth of it. But we don't mind. It's been 9 months and we really don't care. All right. Hey guys.
Say hi to everyone. Hi, Nomad Living. Man, how do you think you pronounce that?
To be honest with you, last night, so Wave Maiden, last night's video, it was really hard for me not to punch him. And that's why Zaina went back over there. There's footage that you guys didn't see because we didn't have the camera out, but the initial confrontation, I got really, really heated and threw some words at him. I flipped him off, and he was recording me on his cell phone, which is just even more instigating for me. I'm like, oh, here you go. So Zaina was like, I'm going to go back and talk to him without you and try and be level-headed. And I think she did a really good job of being level-headed. I wouldn't have been. I would have taken a swing at the guy.
I hated listening to the recording back because I kept just being like, I understand. It was a little nerve-wracking. But yeah, we obviously, I don't know. I never feel like aggression's a good way to handle anything. But also talking calmly is not a good way to handle something when you're not dealing with someone who's calm and logical. So that was really kind of pointless.
I like that. Throw the poo on the doorstep. That's good.
See,
that would have been my approach, but Zaina would have stopped me.
Yeah. I would have wanted
I thought about the flaming bag thing. I actually went into my mind. I was like, oh, am I 13 again? I want to do a flaming bag of poo on his doorstep. But we're just going to move on and try and take the high road and just not park there anymore. And, you know, we were looking at like, why is this happening? And honestly, I think because we need to share with you guys. Like, that's kind of how we try to look at everything now. Like, it all happens for a reason, the bad, the good. Try and just roll with it.
It always makes for good video content when, you know, honestly, when we have like dramatic or stressful things happen. So that's how we always look at a situation is, I guess you're just supposed to make a living zeal video out of this.
Exactly.
Let's say hi to everyone that's on right
First
now.
off, you guys should be at church right now. We're just kidding.
Yeah, that was weird. Hi, Katrina, Tom. So many names. Oh, thanks. Nashville, Tennessee. I've never been to Nashville, Tennessee.
Yeah, right.
That's funny.
Well, what we were thinking is there's a big lot behind him. And I really wanted to go back and buy that lot whenever I have the money, and then just turn it into like a bus campground. That was one of my vindictive ideas, but we're gonna stay away from that.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of to just go over some of our future plans, and kind of we want to hear from you guys what you want to see. The one thing that we learned from this trip. Hi from Denver as well. Hi, Charlotte. We're gonna be in Denver today.
Yeah, we're.
We, you know, obviously went to a bunch of different states in our West Coast Wandering series. We had the most fun. It was really so fun. And after we're back, now that it's summertime and all the snow is melting in the mountains in Colorado, we really just want to go into the Colorado mountains and like explore them like we never have before, because you know, going to so many different states, I think we realized when we came back to Colorado, like Colorado is
the state is awesome.
Amazingly
if you've never been to Colorado, come to Colorado. I mean, I love North Carolina, Texas, Ohio, Kansas also. But, well, Kansas is great, but the drive through Kansas to get to Colorado was a little disheartening, if I'm going to be quite honest with you.
Yeah, but I like
Kansas does have its awesome areas. Yeah, it really does. Tons of like really cool agriculture too.
Too much. It's
yeah,
really
we'll
hard
try.
For people to hear us.
I know. That's our biggest problem. People comment a lot about that. It's funny because the boys always take Zaina's side, and the women always take my side and say that like I talk over Zaina or she talks over me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
sorry guys.
Colorado is amazing. So we kind of want to hear from you guys where you want to see. We want to go to Glenwood Springs and do some awesome hot springs and just kind of be able to figure out what are the best places where a schoolie conversion is welcome in the mountains in Colorado. You know, which places is it accessible to be able to go in our schoolie conversion, so that when you guys come visit Colorado, you can go check out these places. And we always try to find 3 places to park. We're going to be making a video soon kind of going over all the free places that we parked at along our whole trip, so that when you guys go travel to these states, you can stay at the same places that we stayed at.
Yep, exactly. We were just in Oregon.
Hi from Oregon.
And we loved Oregon.
Oregon was so pretty. We stayed in the woods right outside of Bend, Oregon. We drove like all the way through the mountains in the middle of Oregon. Yeah, it was awesome.
We just kind of crashed. That's where we recharged, was Oregon. It's a great place to recharge.
Love to go to the Appalachians.
I know, we're going to go to the Appalachians. I'm actually from, not a lot of you know this, I'm from Virginia. My family lives in Pennsylvania right now, and I'm kind of a mutt of the East Coast. I moved here from DC. I love the Appalachian Mountains. I love the Blue Ridge Mountains. I love just the rolling hills out in the east. So we're actually that's our next big adventure, is to head out east and check out the Appalachian Mountains. And we're going to do Skyline Drive, all that good stuff.
Yeah, actually the reason we ended up leaving Oregon was 1, because we didn't have any service, and 2, because of the rain. Colorado, we're so blessed here. There's like 300 sunny days. So to be in a state that's really rainy, we're just not used to it. I know that's really like beautiful and awesome to a lot of different people, but we've just grown up in like sunny places. At least I did.
She grew up in Fort Collins. She's from Colorado. She's like my ticket to be able to come to Colorado and feel like a native here is Zaina. So
Charlotte, I agree with you, although Colorado's a great place to visit. I think in your schoolie conversion, you should definitely come visit in your schoolie conversion, because it's very Colorado friendly.
You're going to Colorado now? Really? That's awesome.
Cool. We'll have to meet up. We are going to be between Fort Collins and Boulder for the next couple weeks, planning the wedding and getting some loose ends wrapped up.
Yeah.
Hi, Genevieve. We love you so much. The honeymoon. Honestly, it's funny about our lifestyle. We talked about doing a honeymoon. We kind of feel like our lifestyle is a continuous honeymoon.
The trip that we just took was a little bit of a pre-honeymoon. We have a lot going on right after we get married, and we wanted to make sure that we would be able to travel. So we just went ahead and did that first. We're going to go to the East Coast, like I said, and I guess that's kind of going to be our honeymoon. But what is this?
Just the Oregon. It was really nice past couple days. Yeah, when we were in Idaho, we were in Caldwell, Idaho, right outside of Boise, visiting my brother, and it was like super nice the whole time, and that's like right across the border.
We got lucky with the weather. We only had one kind of crappy rainy day. It was in Oregon, but of course.
So we wanted to kind of talk with you guys what our plans are for the next 6 months to a year, because we have some really fun things excited. We have some really fun things planned for van life, bus life, tiny house living. So we're going to try to hang out in Colorado for the next probably 2 months and really just enjoy summertime in Colorado because it's gorgeous and we want to go tubing and go to places that I've never been, even though I grew up here. And then we're going to drive out east and try to do some meetups on the way out there. So those of you that live on that drive East Coast, we want to meet up with you guys. That was our favorite part of this West Coast wandering trip. Was in California, we met up with Lanessa, Kim, and DeSova. And it was absolutely the highlight of the trip, connecting with you guys. And then once we're in PA, we're going to start building a tiny house for Chad's parents. We're going to help them build that. And then we're going to fly to Hawaii with a sum of money, however much money we have at the time, buy a van and do a really simple van conversion and do van life in Hawaii for probably 8 to 12 weeks.
Yeah, just a couple months. And then we're going to try, basically the idea with the Hawaii thing is to go down and just buy a cheap van, do a little conversion, sell the van, and not lose any money on living in Hawaii, basically.
Yeah.
That's kind of the goal for just a couple months. Real quick, I find it kind of crazy that your 15-year-old doesn't want to live in a bus. If I was 15, I would love to live in a bus. I guess the what I would suggest is make sure you have a good solar setup so that they can have their TV and the things that 15-year-olds still want while you're on the road. That's what we didn't really have to sacrifice anything like that. Like I still play my video games. I still watch movies and all that good stuff. So if you can kind of convince them, 32-year-old boy, if you can kind of convince them to, that they're not going to be sacrificing anything, and then they just get to wake up with a beautiful view every day. I feel like that's what has sold me. So 15-year-old Chad didn't want to leave his room to stop playing his PlayStation. But if he would have said, you can have the PlayStation on the bus, it's fine, but you're probably not going to want to play it on the bus. That's the factor. He's going to want to go outside.
Yeah.
That's off the top of my head. That's all I can really come up with.
Yeah. So as far as locating a bus, where we got our bus, I literally just looked on Craigslist and found my bus in Denver. There are some better sites that you can go to get a bus that are and I think in New York's the best place to get one. So Michael, I don't know about anywhere in Texas. If anyone knows of a good place to buy a bus in where does it say? In the Austin area, please let us know and we'll pass that information along to Michael.
Okay. So a couple questions I want to answer. Our wedding garb is going to be very casual. I mean, we're just she just wants to find a really fun dress that speaks to her. I'm just going to wear like a white shirt, suspenders, and a tie. Nothing crazy.
Yeah.
Solar has been working fantastically for us. We have 400 watts of solar panels on the roof. We don't even have the ability to. Oh my gosh, you're amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
I know someone just donated. We don't even have the ability to plug in. We're all solar. So I have 3 125 amp hour batteries in the back. I have 400 watt solar panels on the roof and 1100 watt power inverter, and that's our power completely, and it works great.
Yes. Thank you so much, Bedros527. That's amazing. Hi to you and your wife, Katrina. Bus name is Magnificent Beast. Have a beautiful day. Cool. Awesome. If you don't have a name for our bus, we should probably do that.
We should. We thought just Thomas, but that's not very traditional.
Okay. So I want to make sure we don't miss these ones. We're leaving for a journey in June.
We'd love to meet up from North Carolina. I plan on taking her to the Outer Banks. She's never been there. So we're going to go to Duck. We're going to go to the Outer Banks, Hatteras, Avon, all the awesome spots in North Carolina. So I'd love to meet up with you.
I've never been to either of the Carolinas, so I am super stoked.
Or what's the other one? Delaware.
Yeah.
I'm really excited about Delaware too. Dogfish Head.
Okay. Evan asked, did you pay for your vehicle loan? Did you pay for your vehicle with a loan or in full? So I had a 2013 Toyota Prius that I worked to buy in full a couple of years ago. And when I was thinking about this lifestyle, I was actually on a hike in the mountains and I was trying to think about how to come up with the money because I didn't have $10,000 to do this conversion at the time. And then it just occurred to me that if I sold my vehicle, I would have the money to be able to do that. So
she saved up and bought it with cash. So that's kind of amazing that she had that to turn around and liquidate. That's awesome.
So I sold the Prius for $13,000 and then we used that money to do the conversion. And then I was living kind of outside of Boulder, so I had to bike in 8 miles every day just to get to, and then 8 miles back to work when I didn't have my Prius. But it was definitely a worthwhile sacrifice for a while.
Definitely. A lot of you guys probably don't know this, but the bus is actually Zaina's. I was doing a step van conversion. We have a video about that. And I bought a USPS mail truck and was converting that. And she bought the bus herself and started doing the whole conversion before we were even together.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what brought us together. And now we both live in the bus. I sold the conversion to support our lifestyle for a little bit. And the bus has been really suiting it. I know it is, but you know, I think people think we probably bought it together and it's this whole thing, but Zaina took the plunge.
I was like, I'll be able to do it. I had no idea how to do anything with construction, but I kind of just, I don't know. I had a feeling I'd be able to figure it out. And then this was the thing that made it all
luckily I'd
happen.
already done my conversion. So that was practice to do the bus.
Hi from South Dakota, or hi from Colorado to you in South Dakota.
So one cool thing when we go out to Pennsylvania, should I tell them about that?
Sure.
Okay. When we go out to Pennsylvania, this is kind of a surprise, I guess. We're going to start building a tiny house for my mom and stepdad. My mom is losing mobility and doesn't want a big house anymore. She's really excited about the tiny house movement. In fact, they're going to be coming out here next week and staying in a tiny house. And we're going to do a little tour of the house they're staying in for you guys. But we're going to be out there building a tiny house for them. And that's going to be kind of a big part of our content.
I did already say that.
Oh, you already did?
I did.
Oh, I was probably reading comments and not listening. Sorry.
Yeah, we actually want to come to Texas. So that's good to know. Thank you, Michael.
Mm-hmm. Yep, we definitely, we just want to meet Chip and Joanna Gaines, to be honest with you. But if you're there too, that's another reason.
Chip and Joanna Gaines fans.
Yeah. Aw, I'm glad you didn't log out too.
Probably saying,
well, we might put the cross streets in the description for that guy.
No.
But we can't, we don't really want to start a fire, you know what I mean? Maybe literally and figuratively.
Yeah, literally the conversion lifestyle is what brought us together. We worked together and we just kind of talked to each other about living in a bus van conversion and talked about the whole lifestyle as friends. And you actually were the one who got me super passionate about wanting to move into a bus. And then I found 2 YouTube videos of conversions, saw what they did to the inside and was like, yep, sign me up.
Kristen, when are you guys moving in full time? That's awesome. It's
cool.
It's really cool. It's a really cool lifestyle. You'll save so much money and have so much fun. It really is.
Is that Michigan? Michigan isn't the place we. It's probably. Is that what that is?
I think so. I'm not.
I've never been to Michigan.
You know.
Love watching you on your channel. Hi, Ben and Stacy. What baby?
Yes, Michigan. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
We didn't really plan on going to Michigan. Detroit kind of scares me living in a bus and trying to park. I mean, Baltimore scares me. There's cities we're definitely going to stay away from just from our own personal experiences. We're not even going to try and go to like New York City or anything like that. We look forward to, and we have a lot of respect and are a little bit jealous of van life for a lot of reasons because there's so many places we just can't take a bus.
Just the mobility, I think, of a van is very, it's a lot easier than trying to drive a school bus around, especially in, the mountains in Colorado. And also the engine doesn't really run very well in, 12,000 feet or whatever we're going to take this to. Hi from Divide, Colorado. Cool. I've never been there. So that's somewhere we're going to go.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to answer this question for gamers, baby?
What is this?
They are gamers and they're our system. We don't want to give them up.
Don't. What do you, I looked into it before I moved onto the bus, and like a PS4 uses about 160 watts. Your Xbox One uses about 140, which is not much at all, really. You could just get a nice solar setup. You could probably even run it off that Yeti 1700.
For $1,500 to $2,000, you could have an awesome solar setup that you will never have to compromise with being a gamer, I would say.
Yeah. The only compromise you might have to make is long lengths of playing at night when there isn't solar coming in. That might be, you probably only have like 5 hours of gaming, which should be enough for you every night, I would imagine. But,
yeah. Oh, that's so nice.
What's this?
How do you think you pronounce? Oh man, I'm
Akaya?
No.
Axia? Miss Smith. Really appreciate your comment. Or Mr. Smith.
That's so nice though.
That's awesome. Thank you guys.
Well, we're sending our love your way. I hope that your conversion goes really well.
I made the mistake with video games. Not a mistake. I love my PC, but I sold my consoles and started building my own PC to game. And that's way more than you can bring on the bus. So I'm actually out of games right now. I just use a little handheld thing with my phone and play emulators. So I play old RPGs off PlayStation and stuff. But yeah, I can't use my big computer anymore because it uses about 400 watts. What I recommend, honestly, get this little It's called a kilowatt. It's off of Amazon, and it's like $12. And you plug it into your wall, and you can plug any device into that, and it shows you how many watts that device uses. So then you know how big your solar setup's going to need to be.
And we have a solar video that like Chad broke everything down. I think that's one of our like better how-to videos. Downsizing, that's funny. Josh has said that you'd hate downsizing. We have downsized 5 times since we lived in the bus, and we're about to do another round of downsizing. We've been living in this since August 6th of 2017, and it just gets very cluttered in our living space, and I only use probably a third of what we have in this bus on a daily basis. So some of it we're going to either see if we can store with family for a little bit and see if it's something that we want to get back and use, or if we're just going to sell it and get rid of it altogether.
If that's kind of a good way to do it, store with family, and if you don't miss it, just get rid of it,
Yeah.
One more thing, Vampy,
peace to you too.
Your TV. I had a 50-inch 4K TV, and I couldn't bring that on the bus. I had to downsize my TV significantly. So that might be the wattage draw that you're going to have to make a compromise with. That's it.
How much does the MacBook pull?
MacBook, when it's charging, it pulls 60 to 90 watts, depending on if it's open or if it's just closed charging.
Yep.
And when it's using nothing because it's not even plugged in right this second.
Yeah, our Sony Vaio used
about 100.
Yeah.
It's got a powerful charger. But they charge fast, and I just recommend using and charging that stuff during the day, and then at nighttime you'll have all that battery juice. And as long as you charge it when you're still getting power, your batteries will probably stay fully charged.
Yeah. Downsizing, having a sale to be able to use that money to put back into your conversion is awesome. Or getting, less items but higher quality items that are going to last for longer, as opposed to like a bunch of kind of crappy things.
We, to answer your question,
Captain Case,
we really do want to go to Mexico. We do want to travel south. I don't know if I really want to do it in the bus or if I'd rather do it in a van, but we have been thinking about it a lot. It's a cheap place to travel. It's beautiful. It's really off the beaten path.
Chad actually lived in Mexico for a year when he was 19, right? 19 to 20. So he's familiar with like the Cancun, Playa del Carmen
the
area.
Yucatan Peninsula.
Yeah, so we were really excited to do that, but in the bus, I just don't know because, there are a lot of cities we wouldn't go to. That's why we didn't go to LA, because we can't seal the bus up super well with all these windows and feel 100% comfortable about it. So I think the nice thing about his step van conversion that we ended up selling once we moved into the bus was that it was for the United States Postal Service. So it had an incredible lock on it. Like
it's Fort Knox. This thing's sealed up. Yeah. I felt so secure and so safe in that thing.
So we would have done that. How are the solar panels working? Do they fit your needs? Yeah, they haven't. Well, except for a solar charge controller, right?
Winter. I don't know if you. Well, no, it's been the power inverter. Our power inverters. We've had it for 9 months. We've been using it every day, all day. So I got to say, it lasted 9 months, but it does it's going out now. Still a great power inverter, though. Yeah,
we haven't had any issues with the solar.
The thing with the solar is in the winter, you're not going to get nearly as much solar. You have to keep that in mind. And also get up there and wipe your solar panels down every few days because they'll get dusty and that'll block the sunlight.
I will say the thing with the solar panels that I think we kind of messed up on is we have flexible solar panels that are 4 of them mounted to the roof. Something to do if you're going to be somewhere where it's winter is having mobile solar panels that you can move throughout the day to get the sun, because that was our problem, is the sun wasn't hitting the full solar panels all throughout the winter.
Yeah, Michael, I have a special, it's like a vinegar water spray that I just spray on the solar panels, wipe them off with a paper towel. Sometimes Zaina does it, but
can you both react to videos on this live? Summer penguin lover. I'm not totally sure what you mean by that. Comment again. I'm not sure. Do you know what that means?
No, I'm not sure.
Van dwelling in London, UK.
I love.
New. Yeah, I've been to London a couple times. I love London.
I've never been that way across. I've actually never really been across the sea. I lived in Hawaii for a little bit, but that's not a different. It's not a different country.
Do you want to answer this one, baby?
Which one?
This one.
Oh no.
Atanas Fernandez. Hi from Austin. Why did we choose a bus over an RV? I think it's just the character that a bus has. There's the fact that we got to, DIY the bus. Oh, that's okay. It's the fact that you got to DIY the bus and make it our own, as opposed to having, an RV that's kind of all fit for you. And also, RVs usually aren't set up for solar.
We could have done solar. I've seen a lot of people who have put solar on their RVs. I think for me, it was just kind of the charm, like just the having a bus, having all those windows and being able to do whatever you want with it. And there is something very charming about it. You know, I love, we drive down the road and get a lot of looks, and we love that. You know,
We've had a lot of people like come take pictures of the bus, just think it's a really neat thing. And I think it's really neat too. Yeah, Captain Case van's definitely much easier to maneuver and much easier to have stealth. Do you meet up with people through your travels that you've met online, your community?
Definitely.
Yeah, in California, like I said, we met up with 3 of the people that watch our video and have been supporting us since the beginning. That was so fun. Honestly, we were just telling my mom about that yesterday. That was the highlight of our trip.
That's the best part, was meeting up with these people. It's awesome.
Yeah.
So we would love to meet up with you guys.
Definitely.
If you're ever in our neck of the woods or we're in your neck of the woods,
send
just let
us
us know.
A message. Yeah,
meet up.
Definitely.
For sure. As long as you're not a super weirdo.
Yeah. Well, I'm a super weirdo, so
actually that's true.
You can stay home. I'll go meet the weirdos.
They're pretty weird.
Yeah, watching videos about what you need to do to take a bus to Mexico. I think to me it's just a safety aspect that, like, I don't know what the legalities of taking the bus to Mexico are. Exactly. But it's not about because I think Mexico's unsafe. It's just, they're the stigma of it, but there are a lot of different states I would not bring the bus to because of safety. A lot of different cities and stuff I wouldn't bring the bus to because of safety.
Genevieve, by the way, Genevieve, your comment last night touched my heart. You were the first person to comment on that video. Anyway, what would you recommend, bus life or van life? It depends on what your needs are, and it depends on if you can park somewhere. Really, if you can park somewhere and be stationary, bus life for sure, because then you get a big house you can live in. Yeah. If you can't park anywhere and you have to be stealthy and you want to travel, I'd say a van. Yeah,
short. I mean, or I don't know, a short bus depending on where you're traveling to. Maybe even a different country that a short bus would work better than it does.
So if you're by yourself, like I couldn't imagine living in a van with the 4 of us. The 2 of us and our 2 cats in a van would be just too much.
A little too cramped, I think.
And if you have winter, you don't want to have winter in a van because you're stuck in a van. You can't, I mean, you don't want to get out. It's freezing cold and you're stuck. It's like going stir crazy in your house times 1,000. So that is a scary thought.
Asking about driving to Alaska in a schoolie. Yeah, we saw the Expedition Happiness documentary and we saw that they did that. Alaska is like on the top of my list for somewhere that I want to visit, right up there with Hawaii, honestly, just in terms of US states. We really want to go to Alaska. It would be so cool to drive this bus up through Canada to Alaska, and
yeah,
we might do that.
I think we're going to try Glacier National Park first.
Yeah.
And if we feel the calling from that, then we'll head up to Alaska.
I already feel the calling.
I feel the calling too. Alaska's gorgeous.
Yeah, RVs don't handle off the paved path driving either. Yeah, we obviously, you guys know, if you watched our Stuck in the Mojave Desert, you know, this is not something you want to take off paved roads too often. That's true.
No, and you really just have to roll with the punches. You can't get frustrated in this lifestyle. You can't get beaten down because it's so easy for one thing to add up to the next. And then all of a sudden you're like, you hate your life and you just got to really roll with it. I hate to say that because roll with
it. Okay. Are you on Instagram? Yep. Chad, it's technically Chad's the one who does Instagram and it's just Living Zeal.
Yep. Well, that's so sweet. I'm so glad you got a bus. I really hope you love the life and we look forward to meeting up with you. Honestly.
Yeah. Someone said Mexico's full of
yeah. Oh yeah. That's the thing that would have stopped us. We watched, what was it? Was it Expedition Happiness? Yeah, Expedition Happiness. They went to Mexico and he was like, this is not good. And that was kind of when we looked at each other like, yeah, maybe let's hold off on Mexico until we have better suspension.
I think, Evan, if it depends on how much you're wanting to travel. I think if you're planning on traveling a lot in a 35-foot bus, you might run into some issues unless you're planning on staying at a bunch of RV parks on the way. Yeah, I think that in terms of height, you'll be fine. Chad's 6'3", and we didn't do a raised roof, and he can stand up in here just fine.
That was a big thing for me. I need to be able to stand up. Jinxie, that's awesome. I got to see a picture of those waves when you get done. You have to send those to us. Just livingzealcontact@gmail.com. We have to see that. That sounds awesome.
That's so sweet, Will. I'm so glad that we kind of motivated you to move into the direction of bus life. That is so sweet.
Super sweet.
Oh, thank you so much. To hear that we're inspiring is
it blows our mind,
crazy.
Honestly. Like
And hell yeah, peace, love, dope people. That's who we are.
That's who we are. That's what I said. I guess we're just dirty hippies.
I haven't had a shower in a couple days, so actually I'm a dirty hippie right now.
I mean, I don't know. Yeah, once you guys get to know me a little more, you might realize I hate labels. Like I hate when people are like, you're this, you're that. It's like, call me whatever you want, but I'm Chad. I am who I am, and I don't really want to be defined any way, but I know people always try to put you in that category. So you just got to roll with it. Just deal with it. I said that too many times.
Hi, Terry. We love you so much. Thanks for such a sweet comment. Good morning to you too.
What is this antenna? Like just a regular, like a local antenna that you can put on and pick up channels? That would be kind of cool. Thank you.
Yes. We haven't gotten the bus registered as an RV. We really need to do that. That's just laziness on our part.
I agree, Jinxie. I'd love to meet your 15-year-old and you. That'd be awesome.
Making of a criminal. Yeah, I definitely want to go to Canada. So that would be so fun.
Making of a criminal. Glad you're here. Love your comments too, man.
When will we visit the East Coast? Yeah, we're going to be heading over to the East Coast probably middle of July, I think.
Yeah, we're gonna wait. Her uncle every year, I guess my uncle too soon, puts on this amazing fireworks show in his backyard. He does the fireworks for the entire town of Wellington, which is right outside Fort Collins.
It's a tiny town.
Tiny town, but he puts on an amazing show for the family. So we're gonna stick around for that, and then we'll leave right after that.
Hey, okay,
British Columbia.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Oh, sorry, I'm reading the comments after you. Yeah, we'd love to meet your 15-year-old son. Let us know where you live, and we'll let you know if we're gonna be driving through your state.
I think we should team up on the comments here. Let's see.
Thanks so much, Karen. I'm trying to go down them so we don't miss
You guys
anyone.
are awesome. We really appreciate it. We didn't think anyone was even going to show up.
Yeah, to be honest with you.
How are the cats? The cats are so good. There's one over here sleeping on a chair right now, looking out the window. Here you go. We'll show you the cats. So you got one sleeping in my camera bag right next to us.
Sorry, the lighting's really bad.
And then we got one sleeping by the window over here.
You can't really see her.
So that's Tabby. Tabby's the big fluffy black one. She's the sweetheart. She's amazing. Well, she's not really a sweetheart. And Akina's the
Cuteness McGee.
Yep.
She's in the camera.
Cats are great.
All right, baby, we're missing.
Oh yeah, sorry guys.
Any opportunity to share.
Hey, you too. Take care.
You're awesome, Karen.
See, Michael, exactly. I mean, that's the thing, and once you work in a job for so long, it kind of just takes your soul. It's taking your time, and you just want to get your life back, and you can always get your life back. And that's what we found, like moving into a conversion just got rid of a lot of our bills. So then we had more time because we didn't have to work as much. It's just kind of that cause and effect. It's almost a no-brainer.
Yeah.
That's why I think so many people are getting into this lifestyle now.
D Silva. Hi, D Silva.
Hey.
We love you so much. I don't know if you guys know, Trucking Divas Rock. Go over to YouTube, Facebook, check her stuff out.
We love D Silva.
Honestly, has been our #1 supporter and is the reason that we have been able to get this far. And I won't go into the details of that, but literally
she's amazing. And we got to meet up with her in California.
Yeah.
So glad you're here, Dee. What did they say about RVs? Sorry, can you go up again? Really, usually RVs insurance is cheaper. That's very true.
Yeah.
The thing is, once you convert your bus to an RV, you can take it to insurance companies and they'll check it out and insure you as an RV.
Yeah.
Which is cool because you can get that like Geico full coverage, which comes with AAA and all that roadside service and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, have a good one, Captain Case. Kitties are cute. Thinking about a moving truck. Oh, wait, crap, where was that? Thinking about a moving truck. Thoughts on that? Moving truck to do a conversion? I say go for it.
I mean, that's a step van essentially. But the thing is with the moving truck. So I was looking into the U-Hauls for a while because I wanted to do a step van. I wanted something in between a bus and a van. And the thing I didn't like about the U-Hauls, well, there's two things. The first one is they're driven by imbeciles who don't have to have any qualifications to get behind the wheel and move their entire house across the country. So that scared me a little bit. They are fleet maintained though, which is great. So they're always taken care of. The other thing that scared me with U-Hauls is there's no door from the cabin to the back. So in order to get to the back, you have to go out front, walk all the way around and open the back. That might not seem like a problem now, but when you're parked somewhere and trying to be stealthy, that kind of becomes an issue.
I can't really speak to that because I was like committed to do a bus kind of from the beginning. Hi, Bus Curious to Warren.
Bus Curious. Awesome. Wow, there's some big names here, guys. We're so excited y'all are here. That's awesome.
Oh, thanks so much, Debbie.
Truly seeing some of you guys here whose comments we read every day is probably just like seeing us. Like we're smitten to see you guys here.
I know.
It's so awesome.
Did you guys go to college? We both went to college, Chad. We both started our degrees like in business, and then kind of after a year and a half, I was like, nah, this isn't for me. You did the same thing. And then I went back to school to get a degree in philosophy, and Chad went back to the Art Institute of Washington to get a degree in photography. Yep. So yeah, photography, philosophy, that's why we're on YouTube.
I think it
not
works
really
together
an
for Living
engineer.
Seal though, because the photography part, obviously you take pictures, do the video, philosophy part. That's why we're so soulful, is because of this one. So
Well, thanks, baby.
yeah, man.
You have to figure out who you are because you forgot. Yeah, you know, it's funny. Hopefully my brother's okay with us saying this. He is going to school right now for construction management, and he's also been a server. He has 2 kids. He has a family to take care of. And when we were out there, he was taking some time off to spend time with us. And then the day that we left, we like went on this awesome hike because we love to get out in nature and just like call it, we call it a soul recharge. He ended up losing his job that day. But he took it because we had such a soulful recharged day. He took it as a sign from the universe that he wasn't supposed to be in that soul crushing job and move on to what speaks to you. You know, money ain't shit.
I'm worried about my kitties freaking out when we make the move to the bus. Y'all have any issues with the kitties? Yes. So we have one kitty, Tabby, the big fluffy black one. She loves bus life. Loves bus life. When we turn the bus on, she gets excited to go to a new spot, and then she just loves running around the bus. And Akina is terrified when the bus is moving. We honestly feel really bad about how terrified she is. And,
doesn't
we
like
plan
it.
on, and when we go to the East Coast, we plan on leaving her with my mom when we take little trips, because
she just doesn't like it.
She just doesn't like it.
When we go to Hawaii, we're probably going to leave both the cats in PA just for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of movement would you foresee or join to change the laws for the nomadic lifestyle? You know what? I need to think about that because I've been kind of having that feeling on my heart for a little while that I want to be more involved in kind of moving the laws forward for nomadic lifestyles, whether it be bus conversions, van conversions. So I need to think about that a little bit because we want to be involved.
I think what it's going to start with, and homeless people are causing a lot of problems for nomadic life. And I think what's going to start the transition is when people start taking personal accountability for where they're staying and start cleaning up and start taking care of where they are.
Putting your waste in the proper locations. And
not treating the side of the road or wherever you're parked like it's not your home, because it's your house for that moment. And I think once people start turning around the stigma, and it's going to be hard because you're right. I mean, technically we're homeless. So
yeah. Sorry, we're gonna have to keep going through this kind of quickly, otherwise we're gonna miss people. Sylvan Secrets. Any advice?
Art Institute of Philly. I was about to go to the Art Institute of Philadelphia, but my mom lives closer to Washington, so I went there instead.
Baby, we have to read.
I know. I'm sorry. Okay.
Any advice specific to step van builds? I'm coming to the end of my build. Could always use advice. You could speak to that.
Step van builds. I think the coolest thing with the step van was doing the front doors. So you lift up the back and you have 2 glass doors right there that are like your front doors, and you can open those up. That was the main thing that I had to have on my step van, was 2 French doors. So I opened the back up, and then it's just like an entryway to my house right there. And that was my all-time favorite part about doing my step van conversion, just in general. I would say if you're already almost done it, you're too far for this, but hopefully you insulated the heck out of it. That's it.
Yeah. Having ferrets or any other animal in a bus, I don't know what that'd be like. I guess it kind of depends. And also, the thing with our bus is the suspension is going out. So our bus is really bumpy on the road. The suspension's probably not something we're too eager to fix right now, just because it's a pretty old bus.
The only thing I would worry about with the ferret is keeping them on the bus. That's it. I mean, I would be worried about them just sneaking out when you go outside or something. Let's see.
Nomadic lifestyle is scary for some small governments. It represents a loss of tax income. So true. We were talking about that last night, that we pay taxes in Boulder, Colorado, but we haven't been in Boulder in quite some time. So it's kind of that interesting thing of I wish we had more like choice where our tax money actually went. But yeah.
We talk about that kind of regularly too.
Yep. So then you guys are from PA. We're not from PA.
I'm from Virginia. My parents live in Pennsylvania right now in Greencastle, if you know where that is. It's right outside of Maryland, about an hour from Harrisburg.
And I'm from Colorado.
When we go to the East Coast, we're going to be staying in Pennsylvania though. So if you live there, let us know.
Yeah. Leave only footprints. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much.
Awesome. No, that's
amazing.
Thank you so much,
Will.
Oh
my goodness.
That's awesome.
That is so sweet.
We didn't expect any of this.
No, I didn't even know you could donate on a live chat.
We really didn't know you could. That's awesome.
Leave only footprints and take only memories. So true. I love that. That is a saying to live by.
Absolutely.
We don't have any Bitcoin money. I don't know that much about Bitcoin. I wish I would have learned more about it a couple years ago. Yeah, my cousin knows about it and thinks it's like the answer to everything. So I should probably ask.
It's one of those things that I wish I took more seriously like 5 years ago, and I'd be a Bitcoin billionaire right now. But now I'm just kind of like sitting here hearing about what's going on. And it's like, oh, should have invested 5 years ago. But that's exactly right. Making a criminal, that's the biggest problem, is it only takes a couple people to ruin it for everybody. And that's why, I don't know, we've been trying to we haven't recorded it, but we've been really trying to like pick up other people's trash when we stay places, which is really gross. But it's like, if we can clean up the spot, leave it better than when we got there.
Just need some gloves and you're good to go.
It's not
Wash
fun,
your hands
but
afterwards.
yeah,
you're good to go.
That's exactly right. It only takes a few idiots to ruin it. So it's like, hopefully, necessity is going to really be the ruler of it all. Because when I think about, you know, tiny house living, shipping container living minimally, alternatively, I think about places like Puerto Rico, places like Houston, that now there's people who are completely homeless, who had really nice homes and have families and need a new home, but don't have the money. I really see a huge revolution of people moving into tiny homes, people moving into buses, just doing what they can, because, you know, necessity is the ruler of all, right?
Yeah, exactly. You know, might have gotten like $50,000 back from insurance of like a flooded house or whatever, and that's not enough to put down on another house, but it is enough to do like 4 conversions. I'm from a legal state, but I know the U.S. isn't all legal. Yeah, you know, the interesting thing we've noticed about the legalities here is that it's the different counties in Colorado, at least. So like Weld County, which is 10 minutes that way, you're allowed to sleep in your vehicle. This is fine. Larimer County, 5 minutes that way, it's illegal to sleep in your vehicle. So I don't know what that, I would love to understand more about why it's illegal to sleep in your vehicle. That seems so effed up to me.
I know, right? We were watching the news yesterday, watching all those teachers striking in Denver. And that was one thing that went through my mind, was like, don't we have such an awesome economy because we've legalized marijuana? Like, why isn't that going back? You're exactly right. And I think that really the only way we can fix things like that are, you know, what podcast tells us to do. Call our congressmen, go out and you know, host our own, what are they called? Rallies and stuff like that. Because
that's the way to do it, honestly.
It's not gonna get fixed on its own, you know?
Yeah. My sister lived in Harrisburg, PA. Cool.
Get a stick with the nail in it. I remember you telling me that before, Bus Curious, and I really wanted to make that. I'm in the process of finding the right stick to put a nail on the end of. It's a great idea.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know a lot about.
She can have a shout out.
Bitcoin. Caitlin Patterson, what up?
What up? Legal, illegal, people complaining equals busybodies.
Yeah, to me, I'm just like, I live by the saying of live and let live, you know? That's it.
Yeah, we wish everyone else did.
Hi,
Amy.
Do away with school administration. Yeah, hi guys, I missed you guys. Hi, Amy. Go doggo. Sorry to hear about the local neighbor. A moment in life when you realize how you never ever want to be. Yeah, so true.
Oh, future teacher in Canada. I got to read Sylvan here. It seems the schools and teachers are underfunded everywhere. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what we're hearing.
Which is terrible. Crazy to us, because to us it's like, how can we have a promising future for the younger generations if the teachers are not being treated properly?
There's all these empty promises, like lottery money in Texas and all that kind of stuff. It's like, honestly, that's what blows my mind, is that cops and teachers are so underpaid and they're so valuable to the future of our civilization. Mm-hmm. Like, it just blows my mind.
We'll just say a little tiny bit about Chad and I plan on having kids probably within the next like 5 years, and we plan on unschooling/homeschooling our kids because the education system is just currently not a place where we feel comfortable sending our kids to for, you know, gun laws and
no judgment. You might live in a place with great public schools, but
if you live in the U.S., you probably don't.
I was homeschooled, so it's close to home for me.
I'll pick up trash in a camp areas just for something to do. I don't complain about it or mention it. It's just something you do. Exactly. Just pick up trash when you can.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah. Parents make better teachers. I agree. You know, I understand the whole idea of sending your kids away to school so that you can kind of have that time to regroup. It's kind of daunting thinking about having your kids with you all the time for some people, but we want to raise our kids.
I know it sounds crazy.
Minute of every day.
We spend every single second of every single day together. You know, neither of us have jobs. This is our job. So we literally are in the bus all day, every day, and we love the heck out of each other.
We have a job. We just don't go to a job.
Yeah, we just always stay here. So I can't imagine having kids and not wanting to spend time with them. That's just crazy. Mm-hmm. Homeschooling works. Exactly. I mean, I was homeschooled, and I think I turned out okay.
Oh, hey, Amy, that is so awesome. I know that you were looking for something for a bus, nice. But you got a motorhome, so that's so awesome.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. You have to send us some pictures.
It'll probably be easier to like get that ready for you since it's probably already, you know, kind of set.
Mm-hmm. What are we doing for income? Great question. YouTube.
Yeah. Sorry, we're just skipping over these people. So you guys are seriously always walking my front yard. Oh, that's so nice. North Carolina,
awesome.
baby. Let's not forget about that. We're out east. Make sure to message us.
A lot of cool people from NC, I'm noticing, actually. A lot of cool people from North Carolina.
Okay, so as for income, we had a sum of money that we had when we moved into the bus with the intention of building an online business, not really knowing how to do that. And right now we make like $500 a month. That grew from $0 for the first couple months to $50 to $100 to $150. We used to make about $4,000 each a month, like $3,500 to $4,000 a month. But you know what? This $500 that we make now means so much more to us.
I've said this so many times in the past few weeks, but we've never been happier in our entire lives, and we've never been more poor. So as long as you have enough money to keep yourself afloat and not starve, you know what? Life isn't about that, and we've really realized that in bus life.
And we've really learned how to budget our money really, really well, which is a skill I've kind of always wanted to hone in on. And, you know, when you don't have a lot of money, you're forced to budget it really well. So I'm very grateful, you know, as we continue to make more money with Living Zeal and with YouTube and with everything, I think that this process of struggle that we've gone through for the past several months, making such a small sum of money is going to prepare us later when we're making more money to be able to use it more efficiently and not waste it like we did when we were making thousands of dollars a month.
It's crazy. Let's see.
See you later.
See you later.
A criminal. Thanks. Oh, I'll cuddle the kittens. Don't you worry.
We cuddle them so hard.
Howdy from Montana. Love you guys.
Yes, our books are self-published.
Cute.
They are on Amazon too. How many MPG do we get? About 6 to 10.
Depending. Through the mountains, about 6. Flat roads, about 10. So it's not great.
What? Uh-oh.
Oh, thank you so much, Evan.
My gosh.
I literally did not know
I didn't know you could donate on the live stream. That's so awesome. Thanks, guys. Awesome. How many MPG? Let's see. What do you think?
Drinking alcohol. So at least in the state of Colorado, because we have the driving section of the bus completely blocked off with the door to the back, it's okay to drink, you know, obviously when the bus is turned off somewhere. We don't really drink that often anyway, because my mom bought some boxed wine because my family is boxed wine people. And we drank some of that wine, and it gave Chad
my hangover face.
Hangover. So we don't really like to drink too much. We do, however, we live in Colorado, but even before that, we do smoke marijuana. That's kind of our thing, and that's something that we've done medicinally for a really long time. We don't we're not stoners who get high all day, but
I don't think we can maintain this if we were.
Yeah, we believe in the power of plant medicine. Don't forget our dinner. Plus, next week I'm buying 5 cutting boards. Oh my gosh, Ashley, that's amazing.
So glad you're here.
Did you read that, sweetie?
What is this?
You need to read the comments at the top because you're missing good ones.
Oh, that's awesome. That's excellent. Excellent. Amy, you're awesome.
That's amazing. Did you guys park in the construction site? We did that night. And then we left the next morning, and a friend of my mom's is actually she has a little piece of like farmland about 10 minutes from my mom's house. So that's where we're parked right now. Thank you so much,
Tank Girl.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. You've been on our channel for a long time. We really appreciate you.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I know.
Yeah, DUI laws vary greatly depending on your location. Yeah, we would never drink and drive. If we were to drink in the bus, it would be because we're being parked there for the night. We would never start drinking and then go to another location. Ever. Don't ever do that.
Yeah, that's just stupid, honestly.
Yeah, that is just
sorry. So but you can, to answer your question, you can have the alcohol, and it can even be open as long as the back is separate from the front.
Yeah. Don't drink and drive, people. Shout out from Removille, Illinois, I'm assuming.
Hey, thank you.
Thank you. Hey, Ben and Stacy. Exactly.
Yeah, Michael, Colorado sounds like the place for you.
Yeah. We actually, interestingly, Oregon, we kind of thought that marijuana in Colorado, it's very, very cheap here now that it's legal. And it's been legal since 2013. We wanted to see what it was like in Oregon. So we actually stopped in Ashland, Oregon, which Darling told us to stop there because they do like Shakespeare stuff. And marijuana in Oregon is extremely inexpensive. So, you know, I think that for us, we don't smoke a whole lot. We just...
It helps me go to sleep.
Yeah, exactly. It's good for nighttime. My mom has multiple sclerosis and uses indica little gummy. She doesn't like to smoke. She uses indica gummies
Genevieve,
to go to sleep.
Thank you so much. You're awesome.
I
can't believe that, babe.
Yeah, that is so amazing. Thank you so much.
Get money on this. We're just trying to make a video. You guys are so awesome. Taking care of your 83-year-old mother. Didn't it really just make your blood boil when he was saying, you're not the only one with a mother, like, woe is me? If I was there, that's when I would have punched him in the face, honestly, because that guy just, if you're taking care of your mother, more power to you. You're an awesome person because she took care of you, right? Like that's
to be a caretaker for elderly people or people who are disabled is not an easy job. Of course, it's not easy to be in that position for the person you're taking care of either, but that is quite a feat. So we definitely look up to people who do that. Props to you, Michael.
Honestly, we got to start wrapping this up because we have to head to Denver.
Yeah, we'll do 5 more minutes until 9:58. If I wasn't driving for a living, I'd so keen. I haven't I did for years. Yeah, well, whenever you retire.
Whenever you retire, you just let us know.
And that'll be how we'll help you out. I kind of grew up learning around marijuana plants, and I feel like we both know a good deal about cannabis and its medicinal benefits.
Yeah. We didn't go contest the ticket yet. We needed like a day or two to just regroup because that was so frazzling. Like that whole day we were really in just kind of a terrible headspace because of that. So we really just needed at least a day to regroup.
Yeah, so we're going to go do that this next week, contest a ticket. We already talked to the police department, another police officer about the whole situation. I think we said in the video, but he didn't seem, based on our perception and story of things, that we'd have any issue contesting it. And somebody told us to go take pictures of the other RVs that are parked in that neighborhood, which there are. So we're going to do that and take a picture of how wide the street was and, the fact that it's a public road. I don't think we'll have any issues contesting that.
Oh my gosh. PJ. Is that Fior?
Jeez Louise.
That's amazing.
Congrats
Thank you
on your
so
marriage.
much.
Thank
I
you
can't believe
so
that.
much.
So Amy, real quick, wedding details. It's going to be an awesome wedding. We're so excited. Originally, we just wanted to get married at the top of a mountain. 51. Thank you so much. We wanted to get married at the top of a mountain and just have it there, just like 4 of us, but our family wouldn't have that. They were like, we have to be there. You have to include us. So we're still going to do our vows at the top of a mountain. So we're going to go on this big, long hike to one of the most beautiful hikes in Colorado. We'll go to the top, say our vows, come back down, go to Boulder, Colorado, where we met, to this awesome venue, play the video, and do like a little ceremony there. But we're going to record it all for you guys. So there's going to be a Living Zeal wedding video.
So it's a 9.6-mile hike that we're going to start at around 7 a.m. We should be done by noon, and then the wedding reception starts at 5. Thank you so much, 5116. D. Silva.
Stop
you
it.
Should know, literally. Thank you
You're
so
amazing.
much.
Thank
you are
you.
amazing.
Hey, paint that ceiling. Paint that ceiling. More power to you. Hopefully it's not too hot. It seems good to get it started early.
Oh, someone said, looks like you need to reflect on today's live stream and maybe do it weekly. I guess so. Honestly, I don't know what I expected from a live stream. This is the first time we've ever done it. But if you guys like doing live streams, and we'd love, this is an awesome way to connect and respond to messages.
Yeah.
Hopefully we're not talking over each other too much. It's hard to hear.
We're trying to get better.
Evan, if you want to private message us, you can email us at livingzealcontact@gmail.com, which is linked up in all the description boxes of the videos.
Or Instagram.
Yeah, and probably not Instagram because you don't check the messages
Probably
there.
not, though.
Send us an email and I will respond back to you. My ex has MS. I hope your mother is doing well. MS is not an easy job. My mom has had an easy job, an easy lifestyle once you have it. My mom's had MS since she was 21 and is now 58. And she is an incredible woman who's figured out a way to make it work.
Yeah.
Listening while painting the ceiling. Oh, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
How are people giving you money? I honestly don't know how people are giving us money on here. I didn't know that you could do that. So I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I didn't know it was possible on this.
Ken said we should live stream more often. We're definitely going to live stream more often if you guys like it. Just let us know. We're so receptive to what you guys want to see. So please let us know.
Yeah. We can't put his address up. I'm sorry. I would love to get everyone over there with pitchforks and burning effigies, but
we're not going to do that.
We're trying to take the high road, guys.
Yeah.
I'm
what's
sorry.
Gandhi's
really
quote? I make the whole world blind. Yeah. Deal with people like that.
Eye for an eye and make the whole world blind.
Yeah. Don't want to deal with people like that with more anger because it'll never work.
But trust me, she's better at that. I'm a little more. I have more vindictive bones in my body, so
To me,
I wanted to give his address.
I know how stressful situations affect me, and selfishly, I don't want to put myself in a situation where with angry people, I don't need my energy drained.
We're just hoping that his kids or his grandkids watch us on YouTube.
Oh, great way to make a little gas money. Seriously, my gosh, we're going to be driving down to Denver.
Unbelievable, guys. Thank you so much.
That's literally going into our gas tank. Thank you.
There's a button on the comment section, apparently.
Pacific Coast has been screaming for me to come. Yeah, definitely go to the Pacific Coast. California, so gorgeous. Literally, San Francisco is one of the most amazing cities we've ever been to. It's like the natural beauty in San Francisco is just absolutely unparalleled. We only went into the city twice. We rode our bikes in, but
we loved San Francisco.
San Francisco is so pretty. Just the whole Pacific Coast is just like so gorgeous.
Our favorite location was definitely San Fran. Our favorite part was meeting D Silva and Vanessa and all the people that we got to meet up with on our trip.
Thank you so much, Go Doggo.
Thank you.
Gas in our tank, literally.
Literally, straight in. That's exactly where it goes.
Taylor's Coop said, do not allow other people's poison to poison you. Exactly. You just stay away from people who have that kind of energy. You don't want to let it seep into you.
We drove on 101 and we drove on 1. So we drove on 1 a lot less than 101. But we drove on 1 more north in Northern California, so we could see like the beautiful cliff sides and all that. That was kind of a bucket list thing for me. I really wanted to drive my schoolie conversion on the coastal highway.
Yeah. Oh, and someone else, just to talk about our wedding details. We aren't like getting new wedding rings. These are our engagement rings. This was $50. This was $20. And these are what we are going to have be our wedding rings too, at least for now. Once we have like our, 2-year anniversary or something, more money, we want to buy like $100 ring. We'll do that in the future.
What I really want to do is get my stepdad, Fred, who makes the cutting boards and stuff. I really want to get him to make us
a little wooden ring.
Rings. That would be really cool.
Just a band.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oregon beaches are beautiful. We did miss the Oregon coast, honestly, because we were running out of time. We weren't really sure on gas money. And we needed to get back to Colorado. So we ended up missing the Oregon coast, but we're going to go back up, go through Montana and down Washington again. We're definitely going to be back.
We'd love to do a meet and greet, Amy. We'll definitely will when we're on the road again, for sure. I mean, we can do one around here too.
Michael Peel, I think the bus is 13 gallons, right?
The tank?
Yeah.
27.
Oh shit! No.
27 gallons.
I don't fill up the gas tank.
Let's see. Hang on a second. What kind of camera and editing software? We use Canon.
Howdy's Fagan. Thank you so much.
Gladys, so glad you're here. Hey, there we go. Gladys is awesome. She's
literally, she was our very first patron who, like, before we even really knew what Patreon was, has been literally supporting us from the beginning. So thank you so much. I'll give you a million shout outs because you're amazing.
She's awesome. Okay, so we use a Canon 70D to record video. I have a Canon 5D that I take photos with, and we have a couple different lenses. We use iMovie to edit all of our movies,
which is a free software that comes with the Mac.
Yep.
My mom's doing great. My mom's doing super well. She's irritated by her neighbors, but you know what? You can't always. She's
so good at just rolling with it and having faith. She has the most amazing faith of anybody I've ever met. So.
Is there anything with the bus you have to deal with mechanically more than usual?
If it's cold, being off grid.
Plugs.
So here's the thing. In the front of all big diesels, there's trucks. D-Sova, you know about this. You got to plug your truck into a warmer, and it warms up the oil in the engine prior to starting it. Sometimes it warms up the antifreeze. One way or another, it warms your engine up prior to starting it. So your glow plugs and your spark plugs, if you don't have glow plugs, are warm up enough to start the engine. When we're off grid, we don't have the ability to plug our bus in somewhere to warm it up.
Yeah.
So we've had to cycle it like 50 times and then use starter fluid,
which isn't great, but actually the gentleman who is a diesel mechanic is the one who told us to do that. So
he also told us it'll eventually burn out the glow plugs completely. What I noticed on the trip though was lower altitude. Our bus, it just loves the air,
no problem.
Drinks in the air, starts up no problem. As soon as we got back to Colorado, it's like kind of coughing and sputtering a little more.
Yeah. As long as it's warm and at nighttime when we park the bus, it has no problem.
I need to ask you, adventuring, is it just go adventuring? That's what I've been calling you.
Go adventuring?
Yeah,
that's what I call it.
We love your comments, man. You're awesome. You're hilarious too. Always make me laugh.
#1 pixel fans. I'm sure you guys have seen the dead pixels in our videos. We try not to record in dark lighting because that's when the pixels show up. Our some of our stuff's broken, but we just kind of
roll with it. We have to. I mean, we can't afford a new camera, and we're not going to stop making videos for you guys.
Yeah. Always figure out a way to make it work. Yes. Go adventuring.
101 was bus friendly. It wasn't a bad road at all. Pick the time of day because traffic in Cali is an absolute nightmare, but it really wasn't bad at all. Even one's pretty bus friendly.
I will say the roads in California, I assume it's because of earthquakes. I'm not really sure what the reasoning is, are very splotchy and patched. There really weren't super good roads to drive on. Idaho and Utah, great roads. Colorado, also terrible roads.
I know. 50-16. I know. We know. And we expect the ridicule because we know we're not supposed to be using starter fluid.
We don't, now that it's summertime, we haven't really had to use it, but in the wintertime, that's why we weren't really moving and traveling that much, because the bus didn't want to start with it being that cold and we didn't have a way to heat it up. And so we just tried to stay put as much as possible. And my mom has a little Toyota Camry that she let us borrow like once a week to go get groceries and whatever.
Michael, so since this is a school bus and you drove around handicapped kids, there's a governor on this bus, which means we can't take it over 65 miles an hour, which is a lot of fun when the speed limits are 80 and you're just getting, trucks are blowing past you, everyone's blowing past you, but you get really used to that really quickly. I would say the acceleration is not, there's no real acceleration.
Not great. Yeah, starter fluid, not recommended.
That's a great idea. Those little generators, that's exactly what I was thinking last year, but we just didn't have the money. We were surviving off of like $50 and it's not, literally. It was unwise of us. But that was a lesson that we had to learn. And you know, if we had to replace the glow plugs in our seals, then that's the lesson that we learned. But yeah, we had to do what we had to do.
Solar wattage, we have 400 watts on the roof. We normally get that in the summertime. We have full solar, no problem. Winter is when it is tricky. Don't know what that is in American terms.
Oh, kilometers an hour. Sorry. Okay.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, 70 kilometers. That makes more sense. That's like 40-50.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, it's 10:04 here in Colorado. Oh, wow, we are going down. I don't know if any of you guys have seen our very first video on Living Zeal, but I talked about the whole reason that I'm doing this bus conversion is because my favorite aunt in the world, my Aunt Jean, passed away, and kind of her death put everything into perspective, and I wanted to harness the moments in my life more. So we're actually going down to Denver today to do her 2-year memorial, see her daughters and meet up with family that we haven't seen since we left. So we should probably get going. If you guys like these live streams, and if a Sunday morning is a good time for you, we'll do live streams every Sunday morning. Let us know what days are good for you, what times are good for you. We honestly didn't think anyone would show up because it's so early, but thank you guys so much.
On a Vespa? Okay. Be safe driving your stream. We really love you guys. Thank you so much.
We're going to be doing some more vlogs about like the wedding plans and stuff if you guys want to hear about that more.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, guys. We're going to get hitting the road here, but we will start doing this every Sunday, I guess.
Live stream, set a reminder. Let us know if there's a better day for you guys to do live streams. It was so fun talking to you two.
I know, Bus Curious, right?
Yeah. Sundays are great days. Cool.
Awesome. Well, we'll see you guys next Sunday then.
Okay.
9 a.m.
All right, guys. We love you so much. You're amazing. And we literally can't believe that so many of you guys are here communicating with us.
We are so blown away right now. 47 people. You guys are awesome.
For the next hour drive to Denver about how much we love you guys. Love you. Bye. We'll see you later.
Bye, guys. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah. Oh, and we're doing our first patron video, Q&A video on Tuesday for patrons. Thanks, guys. We'll see you later.
Cool.